All right, so there's a lot going on here, and we will not have in tonight's time frame enough time to dig into every portion of this passage, and so I hope you will go do some of your own study beyond this evening. But I want to try to hone in on the overall principle that Paul is trying to communicate. First off, he begins this section on proper worship by commending the Corinthians. He's been chewing them out for a while, but apparently, even as bad as they had gotten, there were still at least some of the Corinthians who were remembering the things that Paul had taught them. So he says, I commend you for that. And now, just like we get into the topic, just like in any society, there is an expectation of how we should approach worship. There is certain expectations, and there always have been, of how a person and a group of people should come together to worship the God that they serve, not just in our attitudes, but yes, even in our physical appearances. There is something in Scripture here to tell us, to guide us of how we should come together to worship Him. Now, much of what Paul addresses, again, has a specific correlation with what was taking place in Corinth, as well as their culture and the way worship was being conducted with false gods. And so, here's kind of what I'm trying to get to. Is there's a hierarchy that's been established when it comes to different behaviors of worship in every culture, and Paul is doing the same. He's establishing a hierarchy from Scripture of certain standards and ways that we are to come together to worship God.